வாக்கண்ணா ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிடுச்சா? Hi everyone, welcome to the Impact IAS Academy. See, today we are going to have a unique session which is going to give us a kind of opportunity to the UPSC aspirants, because in the Employment Provident Fund organization பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, when it comes to this EPFO Employment Fund Office organization உடைய positions அப்படின்னு பார்க்கும்பொழுது we are having both group A position also as well as group B positions also. So அப்போ இந்த November 30th வரப்போகிற இந்த EPFO எக்ஸாமுக்காக so we have planned a session for all the UPSC aspirants. இதில் மெயின் கோர் அப்ஜெக்டிவ் என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா, இந்த செஷனோட கோர் அப்ஜெக்டிவ் என்னென்னா, யூபிஎஸ்சி சிலபஸ் நமக்கு எல்லாருக்குமே நல்லா தெரியும், பிகாஸ் வி ஆர் ப்ரிப்பேரிங் ஃபார் சிவில் சர்வீஸ் எக்ஸாமினேஷன். ஸோ அதில் இபிஎஃப்ஓ எந்த அளவுக்கு டீவியேட் ஆகிருக்கு, இல்லை வாட் ஆர் ஆல் த திங்ஸ் தட் ஆர் ஆட் ஆன். அதில் ரொம்ப ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா, இட் இஸ் ரிலேட்டட் டு ஜென்ரல் அக்கௌண்டிங் அண்ட் லேபர் லா, அந்த பார்ட் ஆஃப் த சிலபஸை பற்றியும். அது மட்டும் இல்லை, வென் இட் கம்ஸ் டு இபிஎஃப்ஓ ஒரு ஆஃபீஸரோட ப்ரொஃபைல் என்ன மாதிரியான ஜாப் நேச்சர் இருக்குது, ஸோ என்ஃபோர்ஸ்மெண்ட் ஆஃபீஸர்னா அவர் என்னென்ன பண்ணுறாரு, இது எல்லாத்தையுமே பேசுகிறதுக்காக இன்றைக்கி நம்மளோட மிஸ்டர் புவனேஷ் குமார், என்ஃபோர்ஸ்மெண்ட் ஆஃபீஸர் இபிஎஃப்ஓ சென்னை, அவங்க நம்மளோட ஜாயின் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஸோ புவனேஷ் சாரை பற்றி சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னாக்கா, சி வேர்ட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் கிராட்டிடியூட் அப்படின்னு ஒரு வேர்ட் சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா. ஸோ இந்த கிராட்டிடியூட் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கான ஒரு ஐடியல் எக்ஸாம்பிள், அதாவது நன்றி கடன் ஒருத்தருக்கு செய்யணும் அண்ட் சொசைட்டிக்கு கிவிங் பேக். ஸோ இந்த ஐடியா, இந்த செஷனோட என்டையர் ஐடியாவும் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, ஒரு செல்ஃப்லெஸ் சர்வீஸ் டு த சொசைட்டி. ஸோ வாட் எவர், நான் ஒரு பொசிஷன் இப்போதைக்கு போயிருக்கேன், ஸ்டில் ஐ எம் ஆஸ்பைரிங், பட் இந்த பொசிஷனில் இருந்து நம்மளோட ஃப்ரெட்டர்னிட்டிக்கு, யூபிஎஸ்சி ஆஸ்பிரண்ட் ஃப்ரெட்டர்னிட்டிக்கு இந்த விஷயத்தை கொண்டு போய் சேர்க்கணும். ஸோ தட் இஸ் த சோல் மோட்டிவ் ஆஃப் திஸ் செஷன். ஸோ ஹீ இஸ் கோயிங் டு சப்போர்ட் இந்த ப்ரிப்பரேஷன்லேயும் யாருக்கெல்லாம் என்ன இஷ்யூஸ் வந்தாலும் he is going to support. படிக்கும்போது ஏதாவது சிலபஸில் டவுட்டோ, இல்லை மெட்டீரியல்ஸில் ஏதாவதோ, இல்லை ப்ரீவியஸ் இயர் கொஸ்டின்ஸோ, எவ்ரி திங் he is to do it selflessly. அதுதான் இங்கே கோராக நான் பார்க்குறேன். ஸோ இந்த செஷனை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது பர்சனலாக டவுட்ஸ் இருந்தாலோ, இல்லை இபிஎஃப்ஓவில் தட் இஸ் சிலபஸ் ரிலேட்டடாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, இல்லை ஜாப் ரிலேட்டடாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, யூ கேன் இன்ட்ராக்ட் வித் சார், because in the session is not going to be a static session. Initially whatever comes to his mind, let him tell. அதுக்கப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு டவுட்ஸ் இருந்தாலும் you can interact with him. Feel free, because he is a kind of our person. அந்த ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி பர்சனாலிட்டி அப்படிங்கிறது தான் புவனேஷோடைய ஒரு ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டி. ஸோ ஐ வெல்கம் மிஸ்டர் புவனேஷ் டு த செஷன். வாங்க புவனேஷ், ப்ளீஸ். ஸோ ஆன் பிஹாஃப் ஆஃப் இம்பேக்ட் ஐஏஎஸ் அகாடமி, ஸோ ஒரு சின்ன மொமெண்டோ சாருக்கு. ஸோ ஐ விஷ் ஹிம் ஆல் சக்ஸஸ் இன் ஃபியூச்சர் எண்டவர்ஸ் ஆல்சோ. ஸோ தேங்க்யூ புவனேஷ், தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் கம்மிங். ஸோ இது ஆல்மோஸ்ட் சாரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஒரு ஹோம் கம்மிங்காக இருக்கும்னு தான் நான் நம்புகிறேன், பிகாஸ் ரொம்ப த்ரூ அவுட் இஸ் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் ஜேர்னி ஆல்சோ ஹேஸ் பீன் வித் இம்பேக்ட் டீம். அதில் ஹாப்பி டு ரிசீவ் ஹிம் ஹியர். ஸோ லீவிங் த டயஸ் டு புவனேஷ். ஓகே, ஸோ கேரி ஆன்.
Okay. Okay. This is the board. How can I write this board? Good morning, everyone who are attending today. I hope Sir has given a proper introduction about me. So I was working as a faculty in this academy before becoming enforcement officer of EPFO. So in order to have some gratitude towards this academy, I am having this session today of what is EPFO, why you people have to attend this EPFO examination, and what are all the prospectus for your career if you become enforcement officer or accounts officer, enforcement bar accounts officer or assistant provident fund commissioner. And also for the people who are preparing for Yeah, you just take me pin. And also for the people who are preparing for this UPSC civil services, people who are preparing for the UPSC civil services, this preparation of EPFO will be a helpful parameter for you to face the upcoming prelims 2026. Because of late, we will have in the classes upcoming next hours, we will have how UPSC has evolved in framing the questions. So if you start to prepare for this examination, I hope that many of the civil services candidates, you can easily clear the preliminary examination. Okay, so coming to the classes, we'll just have what is the syllabus and what is the nature of this EPFO job. That will definitely motivate you for upcoming 2 months, so that you will prepare very seriously for this examination. Okay, so please give me the pen drive. Let us have PPT. It is already there. Okay. So if I want to search something in how I can do? If I want to search something in the website and I have to take. So I can directly go to Chrome, na? So we will first see what is the syllabus. Okay. It's taking some time. So this time UPSC has changed the scheme of the examination, that every time the EO, AO and APFC examination will be held separately, but this time only one examination will be conducted both for EO, AO and APFC. So that is becoming unique this time. So that I think while applying for the application, you people would have selected both. If you are already enforcement officer, you can select only APFC. If you don't have any job and you are trying to aspire for a job, you can select both as the criteria for your application. Okay, so first of all, let us see how many vacancies are there. Vacancy for the enforcement bar accounts officer is, can I write this? Can I highlight? This one, right? Okay, thank you. So this is 156 vacancies, totally 156 vacancies for EO, AO. Okay, so in that, general category is having 78, EWS only 1 vacancy, and OBC is having 42 vacancy, SC, ST. So you please note down with respect to your community category, so that you just want only 1 seat out of these. So if you are general category, you just want only 1 out of 78. Okay. So next is, let us see the pay scale. Pay scale is level 8, that we will discuss. So you would have applied. This is duties. Next we are going to discuss the duties. What are the duties of enforcement officer, which will be a very interesting. Then again the vacancy for APFC, Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner, it's the Group A post. Enforcement bar accounts officer is Group B. So totally you have 74 vacancies for this. You can also note down 74 vacancies with respect to your community also, you can note down. So, Varla? Okay, 74 vacancies, and again UR is 32, EWS is 7, OBC is 28, SC you are having 7 vacancies. So coming to the point, now first let us know about the nature of this job, why, what is the duties of enforcement officer, why the syllabus is framed as such. There is labor law, accountancy, okay, and general studies also. Why the scheme of the examination is framed as such. So this is the duties of enforcement officer, right? So duties of enforcement by accounts officer. First and foremost, or look after the work of enforcement. First, the duties of enforcement officer are to look after the work of enforcement, recovery, accounts and administration, cash, legal, pension and computer something so and so. So, in order to know about these duties, you want to know what EPFO is doing. What is actually EPFO? What EPFO caters to? Okay. So, can I have this board please? Board. Hmm? Okay. So, EPFO and the most important cadre in EPFO is EO bar EO. And just now we have seen the duties of enforcement officer or enforcement first. Enforcement, then it is recovery, then you have legal, then you have accounts, then you have administration, and other such miscellaneous activity. That so first, what is enforcement? Now you want to know what is EPFO, Employees Provident Fund Organization. What is Provident Fund? First of all, what is Provident Fund? The first question which arises in our mind is what is Provident Fund? Provident Fund is a monetary deposit, something, a monetary savings, especially Provident means it is a future. Okay, monetary savings for your future. So, Provident Fund is basically a monetary saving for future. If it is done for the employees, it is called as Employees Provident Fund. So, that is EPF. And this Provident Fund is maintained by an organization which is under the Ministry of Labour and Employment of Government of India. So, it is named as Employees Provident Fund Organization. Okay. So, basically Provident Fund is a saving fund for future, that too for the Indian employees. Okay. So, it is, since it is for the employees, it is called as Employees Provident Fund, and it is maintained by the organization called, it is maintained by a statutory organization, so it is known as EPFO. Okay, now coming again, these are all, I am not going into any rocket science, these are all very basics. So coming into again, what is the, how the monetary savings for future is happening in India for every worker. So EPFO, how EPFO is managing the fund, this is how the PF is managed. First is EPF, Employees Provident Fund. Provident Fund is a retirement fund, separately it is a retirement fund. So every worker after attaining the age of retirement age, be it 58 years, be it 60 years, depending upon their company which they are working, that is private worker, and so some fund will be accumulated in their, in the name of them, some fund will be getting accumulated throughout their service years. This is Provident Fund for which they can take after retirement. Then EPFO is offering another scheme, it is called as Employees Pension Scheme. That is, this pension scheme is after attaining the retirement, be it same 58 years or 60 years, every month similar to that of a government employee. So why we always aspire for the government job? Another question, why we always aspire for IAS, IPS or any other railway services, or be it EPFO also? We aspire only for the pension. If you ask your father, your grandfather, why the government job is being still prioritized in every thing, is because of the social security that we are having. That is, you get pension, assured pension you will get. After your retirement you will get pension. If you are working in private, you will not get pension. So, but this EPFO as an organization caters to the needs of the private workers after, especially after their retirement. So maximum today EPFO is offering around 7,500 per month as the pension to the worker who is worked in the private sector. Okay, private sector means let it be the companies like Infosys, TCS, CTS, these are all some IT companies, and some manufacturing establishments like Tech Mahindra, all these companies, if they enroll their employees into this EPFO organization, they will have, the employee will have the retirement fund, the employee will have the pension fund, the separate pension fund for which he will be getting the pension after the age of retirement every month. Okay. Now another thing is that EPFO is giving another scheme called EDLI, it is insurance scheme, employees deposit linked insurance scheme. This is like if the employee is having a sudden death. Okay, if the employee is working, if you are working in government sector, na, what is the benefit of working in government sector? If a person A is working as a government officer, if he dies suddenly, what will happen to his family? His family will be safe. Why? Either his wife or any of the son will be getting job, right? But it is not mandatory for the private company to do so, right? So private company will not give the job. Private company will just give a settlement, and then private company will leave them off, leave the family off. Okay, so they will give opportunity to the next person. But in the government, you have a concept called as compassionate appointment. So what will happen? What will happen in government if you suddenly die? If a person is die, if a government servant dies, so what they will do is that there is a concept called compassionate appointment in government sector. Okay, this is compassionate appointment in government sector, in which a person dies, first of all his wife or mother or father, unmarried person, if he is unmarried person, father or mother, they'll get a pension. Okay, they'll get a pension. Along with the pension, they will get job also. Okay, in the government sector. The same in the government sector, depending upon the educational criteria of the father or mother or the wife, they will get pension. So if a person is married, his wife will get pension. Along with that, his wife will get compassionate job in the same government organization. So for every government officer or for every government servant, when he joins the organization, government organization, his total family will be very safe. Okay, but what about private? Okay, so for the private workers only, an organization like EPFO is catering the benefits. So EPFO cannot give the benefits like the government what it is giving. A private company cannot give the same job. A private company cannot give the pension continuously. So EPFO is being an organization which is like, which is compelling the private organization to contribute something to the government. So based on the contribution, if the employee dies, the family will get the benefit. Okay, so that is what first PF is retirement fund, this is EPS pension fund, and another thing is that EDLI, if the employee dies, we are today giving maximum of 7 lakh rupees, I think so, and very recently government has increased, government is thinking of increasing the 7 lakh benefit, and I hope so we will also be in a position to give nearly, I don't know, maybe they are discussing in a couple of days, 2 days before it was in news, something government is thinking of giving some 50 lakhs or 1 crore to the tune of 1 crore. Maybe we will be giving, okay. Today as of now we are giving a maximum of 7 lakhs. Okay. So what is the EPFO? Now you will be knowing what EPFO does. Okay. What EPFO does is this provident fund for retirement corpus for every worker. Okay. Then pension scheme. Pension is like after you retire, after a person gets retired, he will be getting pension every month. Then if a person suddenly dies, okay, if a person suddenly dies, his family will be getting this thing. Now let us assume a small situation, a small case study or something. Let us assume with respect to EPFO, what is the, like, then we will go for duties of enforcement officer. Right? இது எப்படி அழைக்கிறது? Erase all கொடுக்கிறது? Oh, next slide. Okay. So let us assume this will be somewhat interesting. Okay. Let us assume a person A at the age of 25 joins one company. Let us assume the company is XYZ Private Limited. Okay. So I am not going into the nitty-gritties of EPFO, what is the contribution, this and all, I am not going. So in next labor law classes we will do that. So this XYZ private company is contributing to the EPFO, okay, is contributing some money every month it is contributing for this person A, every month it is contributing to the EPFO, okay. In EPFO, who are all the officers? Who are all the officers in EPFO who are all working? There is a base cadre in EPFO which is called as SSA. This is a very base cadre and it is also one of the important cadre, that is Social Security Assistant, okay. Then after that there will be some section supervisor, head clerk, then after that EO bar AO, and after that APFC, okay, then after that regional commissioners, RCs, regional commissioners, after that ACCs, additional central commissioners, PF commissioners. So this is the organization setup of EPFO. So now every month for the person A, the XYZ private company is contributing to the EPFO. Now we have spoken, we have seen that EPFO is having 3 schemes, which is PF, Provident Fund, for retirement fund. Okay, retirement fund means just assume that it is like a fixed deposit. You are saving your fixed deposit every month. Okay, why you save fixed deposit? In order to have a fund for your own future. Okay, you save that for your own future. You save that fixed deposit. Every month the bank will be offering you some amount of interest. Okay, so that is the Provident Fund, which I have said. What is Provident? They will definitely ask in interview if you are going to go. Okay, first the basic thing they will ask, what is Provident? If you say Provident is just a retirement fund, it is wrong. Provident is a future, okay, future fund. That is what Provident, okay, Provident is future. So it is a future fund. That is future, you are saving for your future. Simply, Provident Fund is every employee is saving for his future, right? So now, this same A person, the company is contributing for him. First case, okay, first case we have seen PF, then it is a pension scheme, Provident Fund, pension scheme, and EDLI, that is deposit linked insurance. These are all the 3 important, this is the 3 important schemes which is run by the EPFO. Okay, now the person A is 25 years, he has joined the organization XYZ Private Limited, and his company is continuously paying his contribution to the EPFO. Okay, so now this person A, after working for 5 years, let us say, after working for 5 years, this person is getting some accidental death or natural death. Okay, he is getting some accidental death or natural death. He is having some accidental death or natural death, any death for any matter. Now what will happen? Okay, for 5 years the company would have contributed for him in EPFO. His Provident Fund, some amount will be there. Okay, in his pension, some amount will be there. And the company would have contributed every month subject to a minimum of some 75 rupees for this employee's deposit linked insurance. This person is like, he is having one wife and 2 daughters, let us assume. His family, na, one wife and 2 daughters. Okay, so what will happen is, EPFO as an organization will give benefit to this person, that is this person's family. So family is one wife and 2 daughters. His Provident Fund account, his Provident Fund, what is the balance in his Provident Fund, will be going in 3 equal shares for his wife and 2 daughters. Okay, so let us say some 5 lakhs was there in the savings. The 5 lakhs will be going to his wife and 2 daughters in divided share. Okay, then pension, again we are implementing the pension. Okay, so this pension, this pension will be going to the wife and also the daughters till the daughters are attaining 25 years of age. May be a question in EPFO examination. Okay, so 2 daughters, maximum 2 children we are giving. So wife will be getting a minimum pension of some 2000 or 2500. Daughters, both the daughters will be getting a pension of 750 rupees. Okay, 750 rupees every month until they attain the age of 25 years. Okay, wife will be getting till she gets married or married to somebody else, or till her death she will get pension. What about this EDLI? Okay, the sudden death of this person, the sudden death of this person A would have made this family enter into a situation of poverty. You would have seen in COVID many families got into poverty, right? Because of lack of funds, many people have died. The sole breadwinner in every family would have died. The family would have suddenly thrown into poverty. Okay, so what EPFO does, if a situation is happening for any employee at that point of time, so we are giving the deposit linked insurance facility, right? They'll be getting a maximum of 7 lakhs, and many employees will be getting 2.5 lakhs to 7 lakhs. In between 2.5 lakhs to 7 lakhs, many people will be getting. Okay, so this is like death insurance is like to manage the temporary financial crunch of every person if the sole breadwinner of the family is expired. Okay, this fund, 2.5 lakhs to some 7 lakhs, it will be useful for the family for initial period. Okay, then again what will happen, every month the wife will be getting pension, every month she will be getting some 2,500, right? And every month the children will be getting 750. Let us assume 2,500, 750, it is another 1,500 and 2,500, it will be 2,500 plus 1,500, 4,000. So every month the family will be getting 4,000 rupees as a pension from the EPF. Okay, till the daughters attain 25 years of age. Because it is safe now, after the daughters attaining 25 years of age, they become educated, they will go to the job or something, they will take care of their own life. So this is the importance of EPFO. Okay, now coming to the point, what we have spoken. The previous slide, எப்படி போறது? இதுவா? What is the duty of enforcement officer? So we know that EPF, EPS, okay, EPF, EPS. ரெண்டு ஸ்லைடா போடணும். Okay, this one. Previous slide. This one. So this one particularly, see, we have spoken about the EPFO and its schemes like pension, provident fund and EPS. So what is the duty of enforcement officer? It is enforcement, recovery, legal, okay, legal and accounts and administration. Okay, accounts and administration. So now what is accounts? First of all, let us say what is accounts. So if you clear EPFO enforcement officer for 1 year or 2 years, you will be posted as accounts officer. As an accounts officer, what you will do? This case A, which we have discussed, case study A, which we have discussed, the company will give the claim form, which is a claim form means like in your bank you are going and applying for a deposit or something, withdrawal challan, like that we have some claim forms. The company will give claim form for provident fund. What is the amount in the provident fund for a separate claim form or something, or they can give everything put together combined. If they give claim form, this cadre which I have spoken, this clerical cadre, SSA, okay, SSA and section supervisor and AO, all these people have some responsibilities with respect to certain amounts. They will approve it, and it is a responsibility of the accounts group. Okay, it is a responsibility of the EO, AO or all other officials in the EPFO for to in the accounts, in this account section, for the benefit to be going to the each and every person in the family which we have discussed. Okay, it's like just like a banking procedure. Okay, so this is accounts. Then what is legal? Okay, legal is with respect to this accounts. Legal is that if a person is having father and mother also, and the wife does not want to give the benefit to the father and mother. Okay, wife does not want to give the benefit to the father and mother. So what will happen? Okay, parents are going for court. Okay, out of this 2,500 which is given to the wife now. So like many things are there. Like it is not like I'm not going deep into this. Okay, it's like many things are there. Like they can go to the court. Okay, but we will speak about something. Wife will be as a scheme in our scheme we will speak that wife is the most important person after the death of the person. Okay, but the parents are going to the court. That despite the scheme saying something, we have brought our child, okay, so we also have the benefit of pension. So we as an enforcement officer, we will go to the court for representing the organization. No, this is what our scheme says, everything. Sometimes, you know what will happen? Very interestingly, a girl will file for a divorce. A girl will file for a divorce and she will ask for the alimony, na? We will say alimony. So, what will happen is that in the court, the girl will say that this person has earned so much. Okay, he has never shared anything what he earned. So, because of lack of transparency and so many personal things, I want divorce. But in alimony it is getting a problem. The girl is asking some alimony and the boy is fighting against like I cannot give this much. And the girl says you just check his provident fund account. Okay. So from the court our office will get notice from the court. Our office will get letter from the court. Give all the details, produce all the details of the person, this person so and so. If you are having, what is the provident fund balance, what is the pension balance, everything, what is the pension service, everything. So we have to go as an enforcement officer, we have to go to the court and appear as the witness, okay, and serve to the judge that this is the, so based on the provident fund also sometimes alimony will be decided. Okay. So and in another case, a girl was complaining that he never went to job. This person never went to job. So that is why I got fed up. Okay, I could not able to live with him. That boy's advocate was contesting that he was going to job. Please check his PF records. He was going to job. He's like check his PF records. So I went to court, saying the court that he was working for 8 years so and so in company from these years. Okay, which will be the bone of contention for the people, okay, which will be the bone of contention for the people in the court. The judge will decide whether who is saying true, who is saying false. Okay, so based on that, the divorce. So this is what legal. Okay, this is not only with respect to accounts only I am saying. This is what, and again I will come to legal. So now question is what is enforcement? First in India, this XYZ private company which I spoke, the XYZ private company, mostly many private companies will not pay PF contribution to the workers. Evasion will be there, fully. If you go for any sweet shop, the act says that if the sweet shop or a hotel is having minimum of 20 employees, they should definitely contribute to EPFO, okay, for catering to the benefit of workers, right? But they will not do. Okay, so duty of enforcement officer is enforcing the EPF Act, enforcing the EPF provisions, like enforcing the company to pay contribution to the provident fund, pension fund, okay, and also the deposit linked insurance which you have spoken. That is enforcement. For that only we used to go for inspection, we used to do random visits, okay, we used to go to the company, we used to seize the documents, accounts, everything, accounts, balance sheets, everything. So this is enforcement. Okay, now we are, let us say a company is having some, let us say a company is like, you know, working, the company is having from 2020, the company is like established from 2020 and it has never paid PF contribution to any people. Since the start of the establishment, it is having, since the start of the company, it is having more than 20 number of employees. They have never come into the PF ambit. Okay. What will happen suddenly if it is a hotel, suddenly if a roof gets collapsed in the hotel, suddenly if the roof gets collapsed, 3 of the employees are dying, 3 employees died, okay. The company was there for 5 years, 3 employees died and it becomes a huge issue in the media that how come a hotel roof, a famous hotel, let us say very famous hotel in YouTube or everything. Initially when they started with 20 employees and now after 5 years they are having 100 employees. They never made any PF contribution to the EPFO for the workers. And suddenly some 3 to 4 deaths are happening because of the industrial accident. Let us say any gas got exploded in the kitchen. So because of that fire happened and 3 or 4 workers died. Okay, now what will be the situation? Right, now as an enforcement officer, if I have the jurisdiction of that hotel, I have to go there. I have to take all the documents. I have to coordinate with the police department as an enforcement officer. I have to coordinate with the police department. I have to check all the balance sheets since the start of the company, 2020, how many workers were there, what are all the salaries they paid, and I have to calculate some amount. Okay, I will be having na attendance register, everything I will be having. So and so people, I can have the, like, you know, I have the powers to call every workers to my office also. Okay, who are all working, like let it be supplier, let it be like a cook, who are all working, they can come as an enforcement officer can call them to office. So they can analyze the salary register and they can arrive at some calculation. Let us assume if we are arriving some 2 crores has to be paid by the establishment for 20 to 25, whatever say 25 accident is happening and 20 to 25 we want to pay, they want to pay everything, we will assess something, some 2 crores or 3 crores. So we will assess, this is up to enforcement, we will assess this amount, we will there are some procedures in our department, we will do that. So we are assessing the 2 crores, but for collection, how we will collect it, that is what recovery. Okay, it is very difficult. Nobody, if I say you want to pay 2 crores, this is your establishment dues, nobody will pay. So you have some recovery powers in EPFO. You have some recovery powers. So that is what we will go. We will attach the bank account. We will attach the property of the company owner. We will attach the property. We will attach the car. Sometimes we will attach the owner's car itself. We ourselves will drive the car and take the car to our office. So these are all the recovery powers that we are having. If you are a person who want to, like, you know, if you are a person who want to have some powers of attachment, everything, na, you can enjoy in EPF as enforcement officer. Okay, so this is what for some company we are assessing some amount, but that company is not paying, we are doing recovery, be it a bank attachment, everything. Okay, now legal. The company now says that the enforcement officer, so and so, the calculation of 2 crores or 3 crores is wrong. Okay, he goes to court. He goes to high court first or industrial tribunal or something that we will discuss in labor law classes, upcoming labor law classes. He will go to the court, that is what legal. Again the enforcement officer has to appear before the court and the enforcement officer has to, like, you know, has to give the documents whatever the court is asking, on what basis you have made some calculation. So this is what legal. Accounts I have already done. And what is this administration? Administration is day-to-day offices, day-to-day business of office. Like if somebody is taking leave, we have to manage that work with respect to some other person. So this is what the thing. And what does APFC does? APFC is like, for APFC also, if you see the work nature of APFC in the notification, for APFC also the same provisions will be there. Okay, simple, what the EOAOs are doing, the same APFC will do. Okay, they will manage the cadre of EOAO mostly. Okay, they will supervise what the enforcement or accounts officer are doing. They will supervise. They will supervise all the other things, like even the SSAs which we have spoken na. So they will supervise. So APFC is a group A cadre and group B enforcement officer or accounts officer, and the most important cadre, which is the eyes and ears of organization, is enforcement or accounts officer. Okay, an enforcement officer knows everything. Okay, an enforcement officer knows everything. If an enforcement officer is given a particular area, he knows almost all the companies in that particular area. He will have the contact of all the companies. Okay, who is complying with EPFO, who is not complying, everything the enforcement officer will know. Okay. Now, so we have started around 10:30, so it is almost half an hour. I have told about the duties of the enforcement officer. Okay, so this is what the duties: enforcement, recovery, legal, and accounts and administration. Okay, so now coming to the next slide. So the scheme of the examination, now we will discuss what is the scheme of the examination. Now you know why you want to read labor law and accounts. Why you want to read labor law and accounts? So we have discussed the nature of the enforcement officer or accounts officer. So we why the scheme of the syllabus is having an important provision of labor law and accounts. Okay, because as an enforcement officer or accounts officer, or be it the purpose of APFC, Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner, you need to know the total labor law. Okay, in India, what all, how many labor laws are in India, everything. Okay, basic. What is the necessity of labor? What is the importance of labor? Everything you have to know as an enforcement officer, and be it the purpose of APFC. And why the accounts is added in this syllabus? Why the accounts is added in this syllabus? Every time if you go for inspection to a company, the first thing you want to see is the balance sheet of the company. Okay, you know balance sheet. People who have read accounts and accounts background people will know what is balance sheet. But engineering people, we will discuss in later classes. So balance sheet will say everything. Balance sheet is just an horoscope. You know, now everybody is having horoscope. Balance sheet is an horoscope of the company, which says about the future, which predicts about the future of the company, and also which says about the past of the company. Okay, that is the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, there will be many components: salaries, okay, contract payments, everything, right? Salaries, contract payments, everything. So enforcement officer, the first duty of the enforcement officer when he goes to the company is to ask for the balance sheet. If the company refuses to give the balance sheet, if the company is refusing to cooperate with the enforcement officer can ask the permission of the local police station. Okay, you have that power also. You can request the local police station. So the local police station inspector will give you 2 PCs. They will assist you. Okay, so that you can go and seize the balance sheet also. You can go and take the balance sheet. You have that power. You can. So what is the importance of APFC? APFC will give the power. APFC will give the order in writing for the enforcement officer to go and seize the documents. Okay, so APFC will give in writing. So based on the writing, enforcement officer will go and seize the documents. So balance sheet, you want to know what are all the important aspects in the balance sheet. Okay, so how a balance sheet is, like, you know, how a balance sheet is made by the company. Balance sheet is made by the company. You will be reading in accounts, journaling, ledger, profit and loss, next trial balance, profit and loss account, then posting it into the balance sheet. So journal, ledger, trial balance, profit and loss, balance sheet will be the most important component for this examination. They will not ask anything like anything totally different with respect to this job. Journal, ledger, trial balance, profit and loss account, balance sheet. This alone is enough. Mostly in the account section, in the accounting, it will be some 15 to 18 questions. Mostly maximum 15. I expect maximum 15 question in 2025. In this 15 question, around 10 questions will be coming from these 5 chapters. You can note it down: journal, ledger, trial balance, profit and loss, and balance sheet. If you know what are all the components in journal, ledger, trial balance, profit and loss, and balance sheet, you can easily able to solve some 10 questions out of the 15 questions that is going to come in the examination. Okay, so this one. Now and also there is in the scheme itself, they did not ask about full of principles. They have just asked general accounting principles, and I think so some auditing, that is general auditing, and insurance. Okay, so in the general accounting principles, you just have this 5 component. There are some accounting principles, some accounting principles which will be we will be discussing, or I will be posting. So I am going to start a Telegram channel very soon, which will be like, we will post all the important questions with respect to accounts and labor law. So we will be posting all these things. Need not to worry. Now auditing also will be posting. As of now, in this section, auditing, in the previous examinations, UPSC has asked mostly 2 questions in auditing. So we need not to worry about auditing. If you are appearing for EPFO, need not to worry about auditing. Okay, simple. What is auditing? Types of auditing. There are some simple questions that if we just see the previous year questions, we can able to solve these 2 questions which is going to come in this auditing syllabus. Okay, Then this insurance so far UPSC has asked in 2023 APFC examination, UPSC has asked only one question in insurance. That some principle of subrogation or something it has asked. That also we will discuss in future class, because this is being a orientation session. Just I am saying. So there is one syllabus in this EPFO is general accounting principles, auditing and insurance, which will be coming for 15 questions. Okay, 15 questions. In this 15 questions, if you read this 5 chapters in accounts, journal, ledger, trial balance, profit and loss account, balance sheet, okay, and there are some general accounting principles. Okay, there are some principles of a company. If you read this, you can able to solve around 10 questions out of the 15 questions very easily. Okay, so this auditing, it is very easily you can solve some 1 or 2 questions which is going to come. Just the auditing, it will take just 20 to 30 minutes for you to cover the auditing syllabus. And insurance also, as I have said, only some 4 or 5 pages notes are there, which I will share in insurance. Now next, what is the scheme of the examination? You have 120 questions. Why? This is what is going to make you reinforced for upcoming UPSC 2026 if you prepare for this EPFO, because in preliminary UPSC prelims in UPSC prelims you have just 100 questions, right? GS1 paper, you have 80 questions in GS2 paper. Okay, so 100 questions in GS1 paper and 80 questions in GS2 paper, for which you have 2 marks for every question. Here you have 2.5 marks. So total 200, here total 200. This is with respect to prelims. Okay, right? You know what happened in UPSC in 2023? 2023 was a huge shock for UPSC aspirants. I hope you people are freshers. 2023 was a huge shock for UPSC aspirants, that UPSC broke the bones of institutes, academies. Okay, everybody, even veterans like us, UPSC broke our bones. Like, we never saw a cutoff like that in the history of UPSC prelims. The cutoff was just 75.41. Okay, 75.41 out of 200, right? I started my UPSC prelims preparation in 2015. So my first attempt was 2016, the cutoff was 116, and in 2017 the cutoff was 107, in 2018 the cutoff was 102, in 2019 the cutoff was again 102, in 2020 the cutoff was 92.51, okay, in 2021 the cutoff was somewhere between 87, in 2022 again the cutoff went to 88, okay, and in 2023 was the huge mishap, okay, the cutoff went to 75.41, okay. And why? You know, UPSC wants to match with this paper, because this paper 200, you just want to take 66 marks, right? In CSAT paper you just want to take 66 marks, because this is the merit paper. Like, this is based on this you will be like called for mains, but this is a qualifying paper. However you get in this paper, you have to get the 66 marks, okay. But in 2023 people who have got more than 100, they failed to get 66 in this paper too. Because of that, cutoff became abruptly 75.41, okay. So that is what. So why I am speaking about this? Why I am speaking about this? Because many people, UPSC aspirants, will think that if you read polity, you will think that you are like B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, you will read fully polity. If you read history, you will think you are Bipin Chandra. I know everything in history. If you read spectrum book, you will be feeling like as if you are socio-religious reformer. Like you will have Raja Ram Mohan Rai in your mind, everything. So you will forget to read about the CSAT. Okay, CSAT is like, CSAT is like a UPSC will play with CSAT. Every time UPSC is playing with a CSAT. See, if you fail to get 66 marks in CSAT, no matter what, if you get 120 also in GS, you will lose. You have to again wait for 1 more year. Okay, you have to again wait for 1 more year. Preparation of CSAT is more, nowadays preparation of CSAT is becoming more important than the GS. Okay, so I would suggest you people, if you are going to write UPSC Civil Services Examination 2026, don't say that I have got 100 out of 100 in my 8th standard, 100 out of 100 in my 5th standard, max I will definitely do it well. You will definitely cry on that day. UPSC will make you to cry. Okay, so that is what the CSAT syllabus is nowadays becoming very tough. Why I am linking it with respect to EPFO? EPFO, you have 20 to 25 questions. Out of this 120 questions, 20 to 25 questions is from the quantitative ability. Okay, is from the numeric mathematics. Like in your syllabus you can see it is elementary mathematics. It was written as elementary mathematics and some aptitude. In elementary mathematics, you will be like people who are reading SSC, they will be knowing what is elementary mathematics, like mensuration, everything. Okay, basic profit and loss, mensuration, everything is the elementary mathematics. And number systems. Okay, number systems, everything. So if you read for this 20 to 25 questions, okay, you will be saved for this 66 marks. You need not to worry about this 66 marks. If you read for EPFO and if you concentrate on this 20 to 25 questions now itself, yearly you, there is one problem, yearly you sow you reap or something. So people think that CSAT can be read only after February or only last 1 month preparation. I can easily clear this 66 marks. When cutoff itself, when paper 1 cutoff itself 75.41, which is just 9 marks, okay, which is just 9 marks than the qualifying paper. What is the point of view in reading fully GS1? So definitely many of the aspirants are going to fail in this 66. This is becoming a norm every year. And this time 2025 UPSC prelims cutoff is expected in the line of 78 to 80 only. Again it is because of the CSAT. Okay, so there are some things that it will be around 78 to 80. We are expecting that it will be 78.83 or something. Okay, 78.83 or 79 or something for the purpose. So preparing for the CSAT is more important for the UPSC if you are appearing for UPSC 2026, for which EPFO will definitely help you if you read the quantitative aptitude syllabus of the EPFO. Okay, so 20 to 25 questions will be coming out of this 120 questions, right? So whatever you are going to read for CSAT, you read for this. Previous year questions, quantitative aptitude questions, let it be from 2014 CSAT paper, 2014 to 2025 CSAT paper. You take all those questions, club everything in each heading, profit and loss, time and work, everything. Then start to prepare. You will be able to capture it easily for this 20 to 20 questions. If people are preparing for SSC based examination, this is your weightage that you can easily crack this 20 to 25 questions. Okay, people are preparing for banking or SSC examination, this is your base. With this, people may be thinking that I am not that much, UPSC aspirants will be there. For people I am speaking about, SSC people who are reading, who may be attending, who are particularly worried about UPSC people will come into this examination, they'll be rocking in this examination. But you people also have this advantage of taking care of this 20 to 25 marks. It is very easy for you. Next, coming to that general English. Okay, another syllabus is general English. Again in this general English you will be getting 20 to 25 marks. Sir, again UPSC aspirant, sir, I am reading everything. What is the purpose of me reading this EPFO? General English, you will be having 20 marks. It is synonyms, antonyms. Okay, if you read more vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, it will be easy for you to solve comprehension questions. Okay, if you, for this examination, if you read for this EPFO, if you read 500 synonyms and antonyms, so 500 vocabularies will make you to understand the comprehension within, this 80 marks, some 29 comprehensions will be coming. For 29, to solve 29 comprehensions, out of 2 hours, it will take definitely a minimum of 45 minutes or 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, if you want to reduce this, because remaining 40 questions you have to solve quantitative aptitude. Okay, one question will kill your time. If any one question, if you're touching on time and work, if it is not, the answer is not coming, na, it will take 15 minutes. That too, the examination will be afternoon session. Okay, and the exam center will be like as if it is like exam center. If you are very gifted, you will get fan. If you are unlucky, you will not get that also. In humidity, that too in Chennai, if you are writing during May and June, that climate itself will make you like a hell. That if one question, if you take 15 minutes time, you will definitely fail. This, so for making this reading comprehension, 29 questions, for making this reading comprehension very easy for you, if you prepare for this EPFO General English, be it say synonyms, antonyms, idioms and phrases, questions will be coming, idioms and phrases, synonyms, antonyms. If you read this, it will be helping for you in comprehension also, so that your vocabulary will be improved, so you can read the comprehension paragraphs within some 20 to 25 minutes, or within 30 minutes you can complete. You can leave the remaining part for the 1.5 hours for UPSC prelims. Okay, and this is again, if you read this general English and this quantitative aptitude alone, you will be getting 40 questions. This should be, if you make any wrong in this 40 questions, like there is a leverage, you can 5 questions wrong, right? But out of the general English and elementary mathematics, if you are like 20 questions you are making correct and 20 questions wrong, you will definitely lose this job. Okay, so this is the most important, general English and quantitative aptitude. So your preparation should be like every day. If you are preparing for some 5 hours, or if you are preparing for some 6 hours, most 3 hours, at least 3 hours should be for general English, and 1.5 hours for general English, and 1.5 hours should be for elementary mathematics, that is quantitative aptitude. So this will definitely fetch you 35 to 40 marks, 35 to 40 questions, not marks, 35 to 40 questions, it will be helping you. 40 questions will be coming, definitely you will be making 35 questions correct. This, next the syllabus is, you have general studies, okay, and then next you have computer science, then you have computer science and science, okay, then you have current affairs, again we can equate with UPSC. General studies, again we can equate with UPSC prelims. So as I have already told, if you read general English, which will be useful for your comprehension, இது work ஆகல. Okay. இந்த பையனை கூப்பிடுறீங்களா? So there is some technical issue, so we will have some short break for 5 to 10 minutes. So we will again, okay, already 1 hour gone I think so. So we will again start around 11:40. We will have some 10 minutes break, right? We will now go into the scheme of the examination. Okay.
அப்புறம் சார் பேர் தான் உங்களை மீட் பண்ண சொன்னாங்க சார்.
திரும்பி என் கிளாஸில் ஒருத்தரோட ஹேங் ஆனதே கிடையாது.
மைக் ஆஃப் மைக்
how many are attending? Okay, now we have discussed, so after break we are again meeting. So general English, as I told, it is for 20 questions, and mathematics aptitude, it is for 20 questions, okay. And now general studies, this is again with respect to history, geography, economics, okay. So for next 1.5 hours we are going to discuss how to prepare, where to prepare for this exam. So first general studies, and then science and computer science. Science and computer science, I will be here, I think you will be getting for around some 10 to 15 questions in this. And next is labor law, 18 to 20 questions in labor law. Accounts, 15 questions, not more than that. I think accounts will not be coming for more than 15 questions, but labor law this time they have asked for 18 to 20 questions. This time I think in order to reduce the cutoff, UPSC may ask labor law to the tune of 25 questions, okay. Whenever the labor law is increased, cutoff will definitely gets decreased. So that also we will discuss about the cutoff also. I have next slides regarding the cutoff for this exam. So labor law, accounts, so 2020, this caters for 40 people who are preparing for SSAs, who have people who are preparing for SSC examination, who have background in SSC. This is your area which you should not miss, and this is also your area, science and computer science. This you should not miss. So 50 questions out of 120 questions is already in your, for in your strength, people who have banking and SSC preparation background, okay. So 50 questions out of 120 is general English, mathematics, science, computer science. And now this is another thing is current affairs. 7th one is current affairs. Current affairs, definitely you will get some 10 questions. Whatsoever current affairs, you will get 10 questions. So general English, so people who are like, I don't know labor law, I don't know accounts, okay, I'm fearing about labor law and I'm fearing about accounts. You can just with this general English, mathematics and current affairs, you can solve 60 out of 120 questions, which is 50% of the syllabus of 50% of the syllabus of this EPFO, okay. So if you become jack of this one, okay, if you become jack of this 3 things, general English, mathematics and computer science, say for example you are attending 60 questions and 50 questions are correct, remaining things if you do lightly, interview call is guaranteed, okay. So now next, the general studies, so as I told, labor law will be for some 20 questions. So again this 60 plus 20 is again 80 questions, and another 15 questions will be coming from the accounts. So totally 95 questions, and here we have 120 questions totally. So remaining 25 questions we can get in general studies, 25 to 30, okay. So if you avoid this labor law and accounts, already I told 60 questions plus general studies 25 questions. So 85 questions is for out of 120 questions, 85 questions is common for all, okay. That is general English, mathematics, general studies, current affairs, 20, 20, 40, this is 65, and current affairs is 10, 75, okay, 75, and science and computer science 10, 85, okay. So 1, 2, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 85 questions. So remaining labor law and accounts. Labor law, that is I am going to take every week for labor law, this 25 questions, you need not to worry about this. Definitely if you attend my class, you will be able to solve, if the UPSC is asking some 25 questions, you will be able to solve at least 20 questions if you attend my class, okay, no need to worry about labor law. So accounts, we will see what can be done, whether we are going to start some separate Telegram channel. In that we will post some important accounts questions, so that if you want to have some discussions also, we will do that in the Telegram group itself. So this is what the scheme of the examination. I would like to guide you, please give importance to this general English and mathematics. Again, I am stressing upon this point, don't unnecessarily read general studies fully, okay. Give importance to this general English and mathematics, people who are going to appear for EPFO on November 30, because this general English and mathematics you can predict, you cannot predict general studies, okay. You know, for many of the veteran aspirants, okay, for many of the veteran aspirants like us, people like Mahatma Gandhi ji, okay, we love Mahatma Gandhi ji, but at the same time on the day of prelims, we like, because of the Gandhi ji itself, they will put some questions, we never know, even after reading 10 years of freedom struggle, we never know what Gandhi ji did. So those questions will be coming, okay. So in recently 2025 preliminary question, okay, in which movement, during which movement Gandhi ji said like sedition is my religion. Sedition means like what? Sedition, it is like treason or something, na? You are speaking against the country or against the government, like Desadrogam they will say in Tamil, okay, sedition. So I was thinking Gandhi, when he said sedition is my religion, the question was CDM, civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement, quit India movement, okay. My friend, he was thinking, he attended non-cooperation movement, okay. By God's sake, even I don't know, by God's sake, I chanced upon the civil disobedience movement and it happened to be correct, okay. So this general studies, especially with respect to history or history, especially with respect to history, you can never say that, even if you read spectrum book also, if 10 questions is coming in history, you can never say that you will solve all the 10 questions. And similarly, in this syllabus we are going to discuss, in the general studies we are again going to discuss part by part, what is the general studies, everything. Here in EPFO you are having Indian Heritage Arts as a syllabus, okay. So Indian Heritage Arts means UPSC loves Buddhism and Jainism a lot, okay. There will not be one paper in UPSC without Jainism and Buddhism. And you know, the questions which UPSC asks in Buddhism and Jainism, even if you ask the Dalai Lama, he will not know, okay. You know Dalai Lama is the, Dalai Lama is the Tibetan Buddhism. He is the, I think he is the Dalai Lama, that he is the father of, he is important figure of Tibetan Buddhism. If UPSC is asking a question about Buddhism, if you give to Dalai Lama also will say, I will refer something and I will answer it. And UPSC will ask the UPSC aspirant to answer it in the examination hall within 2 hours, to think about the Buddha and answer it. So that is the thing. So if you keep on reading ancient India, okay, definitely you will not get any question on that. So what is that also I will say, what is it, rather than reading, taking a book of, people will be taking Nitin Singhania book, isn't it, arts and culture, Nitin Singhania, they will be like reading every page, but UPSC will ask some other thing like, who is future Buddha, okay. Future Buddha, Maitreya, something, they will be asking that question, who is future Buddha. So I don't know future Buddha, only on the question paper I know there is a concept called future Buddha and Buddhism. After that only I came to know, okay, who is future Buddha. So these type of questions, and they will relate with Jainism and Buddhism. So these are very difficult to solve on the examination time, okay. What Akbar did, you would have read everything about Ashoka, you would have read everything about Akbar, but the question will be like, you have never known anything about the Akbar, the question will be there, okay. So and the situation will be like, if you touch that question, you may get 2 marks, or already what you have got 0.66 mark will go, okay. That will definitely create an anxiety. So rather than that, you just prepare what is minimal, prepare just PYQs, prepare just a basic NCERT material for arts and science, just some 120 pages, just do some skimming activity, and then just prepare for the last 5 years preliminary question paper and go with the blessings of Buddha, not with the blessings of books, okay, especially for this ancient India topic purpose I am saying. And for freedom struggle also, go with the blessings of Gandhi. Don't go with the ego that I have read everything about Gandhi, so definitely I'll attempt the question. Okay. So when I appeared for this EPFO examination, there was one question. I know Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. I know Mahatma. Okay. There was something people were saying only Subhash Chandra Bose called Gandhi as Mahatma. Okay. But in that question paper, I am very much angry upon the examiner who is setting the question paper, because there are so many things to ask about Gandhi. Okay. They just simply asked one question, who referred Gandhi as Mahatma? Okay. I never know that answer, because I have read about Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi is called as Mahatma Gandhi. Who referred Gandhi as Mahatma? This is not in anywhere, this is not in NCERT books, this is not in any coaching institute material, nothing. Okay. Some person, Shahid Amin or some person, he referred Gandhi as Mahatma in his one letter. That letter is some 4 page. Okay. That UPSC asked the question. Right. So, the questions will be of that nature only. So, why I am giving importance to read the PYQs is because UPSC, if it is going to ask these types of new questions, you have to understand if you read the PYQs, especially for these bouncer questions, you will understand that in every year there will be many bouncer questions. For some 5 to 10 questions, bouncer questions will be there. Even if you put that questions in ChatGPT will say wrong answer. Okay. So, what is the lesson, what the lesson you can learn through PYQs is that if you solve the PYQs, especially for general studies, this I have told this 25 marks. If you solve, be it a polity, be it history, be it geography, everything, if you solve PYQs, you will understand the pattern of the you will understand the particular topic which UPSC is giving important, and you will understand the pattern of the options. Okay, you will understand the pattern of the options A, B, C, D. Okay, you will understand the pattern of the options, that if UPSC is going to ask something about Gandhi, a very new topic, mostly the option will be A or B. Okay, mostly the option will be A or B. This is a wild guess, this you want to take. This is a somewhat a wild guess. If you prepare, if you have PYQs in your preparation, you come to know that if the examiner is going to take some new topic or new question, which will be a bouncer for aspirants on that particular 2 hours. Okay. See, if I am the examiner, if I am going to take something very new about the Gandhiji, which nobody knows, okay, what will happen? It is difficult for me to set the wrong options. Okay, right? Psychologically it is difficult for me to set the wrong options. So, first option I will put the correct answer. Okay, in the question I will put A as the correct answer. Then I will do some research and put B, C, D. Okay, this is the psychology of the examiner when he is taking the question paper. So, these things how you will understand? You will understand only you see the PYQs. Okay, so you can, so in my experiences of researching with PYQs, I can say that if UPSC is going to put some bouncer questions every year for some 5 to 10 questions, most of the questions 70% to 80% of the questions will be option A or B. Okay. It may sound like a comedy, but it is true. This is happening. Okay. Now, my question is, we need not to solve 5 questions totally. It is like if 5 questions are out of this 25, if 5 questions are bouncer questions, okay, if I am attending all the questions as A, okay, if 3 questions are correct, then it is fine for me, because 3 questions are correct, 3 into 2.5 for this examination, or 3 into 2.5 I will be getting some 7.5 marks. 2 questions 0.83, I will be losing some 1.5 marks, but net I will be getting 6 marks instead of leaving these questions. Instead of leaving these questions, I will get at least 6 marks. Okay. So, that is why I am asking you to prepare along with your NCERT books, basic books. Do not go for extraordinary books, do not go for extraordinary preparation, just prepare for this PYQs. 5 years PYQs, which again I am also planning to post it in the group. Okay, this one. Now let us leave about labor law and this thing. Now we will go to some small PPT presentation. Okay, now we will just see what are all the cutoff of this exam in the previous things, and then we will have some PPT presentation, and then we will have some some themes, like we will see some of the questions with respect to this current affairs, what themes are nowadays, what themes is becoming important nowadays. Okay, so based on the themes you can prepare your current affairs, so that will be helpful for you. The idu open pannunga first the cut off open pannunga. Pointers இல்லையா? Pointers இல்ல? Like இல்லையா? Okay. See, this is the 2023 EPFO for the post of 418 vacancies, for the post of 418 vacancies of the Enforcement Bar Accounts Officer in Employees Provident Fund Organization, Ministry of Labour and Employment. So you see, there was vacancy of 204 for UR, EWS 51, OBC 78, SC, ST, SC is 57 and ST is 28, total 48. You see total number of candidates appeared in the recruitment test, 3,60,978. Okay, total number of candidates. So I think out of this 3,60,978, I think 418 into 3. Okay, how many people would have been called for the drop? Arun, I want to go this back. PDF. Like idudana, the pen idana.
Yes.
Okay. See, this is actually 418 vacancy. Okay. So how many people will be? So here they have told, UPSC has told that around 3,60,978 people have appeared. So how many people would have been qualified for this interview? Okay. So this is a 2 pattern. There is no mains for this exam. How many people would have been qualified for interview is that 418 into 3 maximum they will go for 3.5. So like if we are assuming somewhere near between 420, you just put 420 into 3. It's like 1,260 to 300 people, 1,300 people would have been called for UPSC interview for this EO examination in 2023. So directly 1:3. Okay. So this is the cutoff. So next, coming to the point, you are having cutoff. Okay. So you are having cutoff which is just 138 for general category. Cutoff was just 138 because last year 2023 EO paper was very difficult, given the fact that I have added text. So last year the paper was very difficult, so that cutoff was just 138.33 out of 300. Okay. So first let me say that how totally 120 questions you are going to write. Each question carries 2.5 marks. So totally the recruitment test will be conducted for 300 marks. Okay. Recruitment test will be conducted for 300 marks, 120 into 2.5. Each question carry 0.825 negative marks. So 0.825 negative marks. Okay. So out of this 300, in 2023 the EO cutoff was 138.33. So if you get 138.33, if you are UR and if you are OBC, 138.33, you would have been called for interview. Okay, would have been called for interview. and you see final selection for the, like final selection is for 400 marks, that is RT is recruitment test is 300, interview is for 100, totally 400 marks. So out of 400, if you get 212.83, you would have been you would have got selected, and OBC is 205.83, and similarly SC ST, SC was 123 and ST is like 184. And in this, in EPFO, there is no minimum qualifying marks for, there is no minimum qualifying marks in interview for UPSC civil services, but in EPFO there is minimum qualifying marks. Okay, so let us say for example, if a person has secured 180, okay, if a general category person has secured 180 marks and he is going for interview, if his interview marks is just 40, 180 plus 40, 220, but here cutoff is 212, but he will be failed. Okay, because minimum a general category candidate has to get 50 marks in interview, whatever may be his cutoff, that is qualifying. See, if a general category candidate gets more than the cutoff in written test, that is, let us assume 180 marks, okay, 180 marks and he fails to get this minimum 50, okay, though if he gets 40 also, 180 plus 40, 220, but final, though his mark will be higher than the final cutoff, but he failed to qualify interview. Okay, so there is a minimum qualifying marks for interview, so you have to get minimum marks, right? So if you ask me, sir, what was your mark, what is your category, I will just say during my examination, the plus panna slide open avuma. Okay, fine, I'll add here itself. See, I was EWS category when I wrote this examination 2021, okay. So for EWS cutoff was 171 point something, 171.83 or something, I took 178, okay, in written test, that is recruitment test, I took 178, okay. So I was called for interview, out of total 100 marks, I got, like, you know, total is 100 marks, I got 70 marks in interview, okay. So here the minimum qualifying marks for UR is 50 and for EWS also 50, okay. So in my interview I have qualified interview also because I got 70, right, and I have qualified written test also because EWS cutoff was 171.83, I got 178. The final cutoff for EWS when I appeared was 246 point something, but I got 248, okay, I came into the final list, right. So this examination, clearing, like qualifying the interview also matters a lot, even if you prepare for the, even if you are a topper in this, if you are getting more than your cutoff, preparation for interview also matters a lot. So why it matters a lot? If you are a second attempt aspirant, if you are third attempt aspirant, like first attempt aspirant, let us leave because you want to have some experience, but if you are like second attempt aspirant, third attempt aspirant, if you clear this EPFO written, interview will be an important factor for you, interview will help you to face the UPSC, upcoming UPSC interview in your life, okay. So the same board, the same chairman, people, everybody will be sitting there, it will be similarly happening like a IAS IPS interview, okay, this interview. So coming to the point, last year EPFO EO AO cutoff was just 138.33, okay. So please keep this, and we have seen the cutoff pattern of UPSC civil services. What is the pattern? Cutoff has never went above, okay, cutoff is continuously reducing it. So the examiners who are going to frame the question paper of EPFO EO AO, they will know the previous year cutoff 138, and the examiners will take question as such, the cutoff is not going above this 138, if it is going also it will not go above 5 marks. So the cutoff will be somewhere between
138 plus or minus 5 only. They will ensure that the cutoff is somewhere going between 138 plus or minus 5, okay, but the cutoff will not go to 160 and all. It will be somewhere here only, okay. Maybe depending, maybe this time, last time 418 was the 418 was the vacancy, na? 418 was the last time vacancy. This time 156 is the vacancy, okay. So maybe because of this vacancy is like just half of this vacancy. So maybe because of the vacancy, the cutoff may be going somewhere extra, like 15 marks also, 15 or 20 marks because of the vacancy. So I expect if you want to clear EO, if you have somewhere between 150 to 160, you will be getting an interview call, okay, 150 to 160 out of 300 marks. You will be getting definitely, I think you have to get interview call, okay. So this is with respect to EO, and let me open next file, what was the cutoff for APFC, and also why this time UPSC wants to conduct in a combined recruitment test. Last attempt, last time EO was the morning paper and APFC was happened in this second session, separate question paper. Idu close pannum pa. What I have to do? No, not scroll. I have to close it. Back. Next PDF I have to open and the pen drive files. So this is like, you know, next is cutoff for APFC. So this is what I am expecting, like, you know, cutoff for APFC was last attempt, last year the APFC vacancy was 159, okay, and the cutoff was, you know, and the APFC also people have appeared the same. There we have seen 3,60,000, here also somewhere between 3,59,000, okay. So the cutoff is 178. Why? Because having less number of vacancy, okay. Like there it was in EO it was 418 vacancy, the cutoff was 138, and the cutoff is like here APFC, the cutoff is because of the 159 vacancies, less number of vacancies, the cutoff for the minimum qualifying cutoff for the recruitment test, that is in order to go for interview, it is 178 for UR, and same OBC is also same. Really now UPSC is making OBC people life hell, okay. So cutoff is becoming same, okay, for UR and OBC same cutoff. So people who are listening this class, you please note down this, I am expecting this cutoff only, the same cutoff, because this time both APFC is 74, APFC vacancy is 74 and EO is 156. So the cutoff for, since it is a both same question paper, the cutoff I am expecting somewhere between 165 to 180, okay. If you get 165 or 160, 150 to 160, you may get interview call. So this you can note it down, like 178, if you get if you are UR, if you get 178, you will be called for interview, but 257 was the final cutoff, for OBC 246 was the final cutoff, SC ST 156 40 224, 151 40 224. So which means that it says that you have to, you know, if a candidate belongs to general category, if he goes with 178.33 exactly, even if he get 80 marks, he will be like, if he get 80 marks, he will be 258 in interview, he will be 258.33, he would have cleared APFC, okay. So it is always best that you have to get some 10 marks higher than the cutoff, that is if you have 188, then it is safe. If you get 70 marks, you will be in. Here also as OBC, if you have 188, if you get 70 marks, you will be again in. 70 or minimum 60 also you will be in, 248. So have this thing in your mind, so you have to, you know, you have to get this 178 or 180. So on November 30, you are having only one, that is 9:30 to 11:30, you will be given 120 questions, each questions carry 2.5 marks, okay. So 120 into 2.5, you have to get a minimum of 180 to 175 to 180. If you get 175 to 180, you will be called for interview whatsoever. This should be your ideal thing. So for getting 180 to 180, next another question is for getting 180 to 175 to 180 or 180 above, what you should do, okay. What you should do, this is another important question for getting 180. See, you are having 120 questions, okay. Each question carry 2.5 marks. This is positive, and negative marks is 0.825, okay. So I would suggest you to attempt at least 110 plus questions on the day of examination out of 120, okay. It is not like I will attend only 80 questions out of 120 and I will expect an interview call. It will never happen, okay. It will never happen. Like you have to attend, in my perspective, you have to attend 85 to 90% of the questions to expect an interview call. So you have to take 110 questions, okay. So you have to use many guesses. If you get 110 questions, you will be like, 110 questions, like somewhere between 85 questions can be right and 25 questions can be wrong, okay. So if you get 85 questions, 85 into 2.5, right, 85 into 2.5, 10, 16, 17, 85, this is 40 again, 40, again what is this, 5, 2.5. So you will be getting 85, 170, na? Am I right? 85 into 2, 170, and again 85 into 0.5. 85 into 0.5, somewhere between 42.5, I think so. So you will be getting 212.5. So this should be your ideal preparation strategy, okay. So this should be this. You have to attend 110 plus questions. In that, you should have 85 questions as correct, 25 or is it 25, right? Yes, 25. Yes, you can have the leverage of 25 questions as wrong. So this should be your thing, because you never know what UPSC will offer in interview. UPSC may offer less than just 50 marks, just the minimum qualifying marks UPSC may offer. So if you get 200 or 210 out of 300, if you go in interview, even if UPSC gives you just 50 marks in your interview, so you can get 260 and you can get a job, okay. So it should be, last year cutoff was 178.33. Ideally you can expect, if you have 180, that is 175 to 180, you can expect interview call. But for getting final selections, it is always safe that if you have 210 or 200, okay, if you have 210 or 200, that is 85-25. Attending 110 plus questions, 85 questions correct, 25 wrong. So you will be having 210 marks. So even if you go for interview, your final selection will be guaranteed, okay. So right, so this is what the thing. Then we will move to some PPTs for next 30 minutes and then we will wind up today. This and the PPT open பண்ணுங்க. So ideally everybody should have in their mind that you should minimum focus for getting 200 marks in your written test out of 300, okay. So now coming to the point, like this one, this is okay. And another thing I would like to share with you is that another important thing is that what if you become EO AO, another thing is that there is I have told about legal, recovery, accounts, administration, okay, everything. And another important thing, if you become EO AO, which will be disliked for somebody, disliking for many people, and liking for many people. Okay, you will be assigned the duty called protocol. Okay, for big officials, for ministers or big commissioners, or like people who are in high profile, you will be assisting them as a protocol officer for them. If you become protocol officer for a minister, as an enforcement officer, if a minister program is there, if you are assigned as a protocol officer, it will be very easy to speak with you. It will be very easy to speak for you to with collector also. Okay, very easily. So, like this, my friend shared yesterday. In order to motivate you people, this person was. Then just once then. This person is posted as enforcement officer in this person is posted as enforcement officer in Meghalaya, Agarwal regional office. So she is a Minister of State for Labour and Employment. Okay, he was assisting her throughout her journey. During Northeast journey, he was assisting her. He was appointed as enforcement like protocol officer. So if you become enforcement officer, you will be assigned as protocol officer, where you will have high level contacts also. The close engappa pandrathu. Okay, so he welcomed madam during very recently, just 2 months before, he welcomed madam. So you will be at that time, you will be feeling very high. Okay, so if you are hosting minister of union minister, you will be feeling very high. You will have in your mobile phone, you will have so many contacts. Okay, sometimes IAS also will be calling you, madam, expected arrival of madam at my office. So you will be having so many contacts if you become enforcement officer or APFC also, especially for this during the times of protocol. Okay, then that is protocol. I forgot to share with you, and just we will just see about what is EPFO. Just I have some screenshots of EPFO. This is not, so this one which I have told, EPFO at a glance. EPFO administers the Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Act 1952. Okay, EPFO is one of the largest social security providers, largest social security providers in the world itself. Okay, the act applies to a defined class of industries employing 20 or more employees. I have said, if a company is having 20 or more employees, EPFO will be applicable. Okay, then I have also discussed that the EPFO is running as 3 schemes: Provident Fund scheme, which is for retirement fund; pension scheme, which is for the pension after retirement; deposit linked insurance scheme, which is to which is for, like, if the if any death, unwanted death occurs, it is to give the benefit, death benefit for the employee. Okay, this is like this we will cover in next classes. The covered establishments are required to statutorily comply in respect of all their employees, 15,000 per month. Okay, so this one. Next is this one, what EPFO does on an average day. This I have taken it from annual planner of EPFO. See how much amount we are getting EPFO, how much powerful organization or how much finance is there with respect to EPFO. See, on an average day, EPFO gets 1,186 crore. Okay, 1,186 crore in his account EPFO gets from the private companies. Every day we get 1,000 crores. Okay, so it is put in a year 2 lakh crores, right? Such a big organization, EPFO, right? So these are all like how many companies are covered in EPFO, establishment covered, like during 23 to 24, how many companies are covered? We have covered 3 lakh companies. I have spoken about enforcement. Okay, so through enforcement we cover every we add up every company. So last year it seems around 2 lakh companies have been, around 3 lakh companies have been covered last year. So they have come into the EPFO for providing social security benefit. Okay, so how many pensioners are there for EPFO? Totally 77 lakhs pensioners are there. Okay, so for 77 lakh people, every month we are giving some pension. Okay, so one family, there will not be a single person family. Okay, if a person is there, he will be survived by 2 person. Okay, wife or husband and daughter or child. So this is like, if it is 77 lakh, if you put into 2, at least for 1.5 crore people we are serving. Okay, just a family, we just consider 2-person family, the pensioners are 77 lakhs, if we put into 2, okay, so 1.5 crores, 1.5 to 2 crore people we are serving every month for giving pension. Okay, this is grievance, this we will leave it, this when you come to EPFO you will come to know all these things. Okay, so this is the just to say about the strength of the organization, that for everybody today, if I prepare for this bank exam, what if bank gets privatized, okay, and if I prepare for EPFO, what if EPFO gets privatized, what will happen to my job, okay, that thing will, so I will not prepare for EPFO, I will prepare for IAS only, because IAS is the safest job, because people will think that if you become IAS, everything will be like you have achieved the highest highest achievement in your society. It is not like that. So if something 2 attempts is not happening for you, 3 attempts is not, I wish everybody should become IAS, but if in 2 attempts IAS is not happening for you, in the 3rd attempt IAS is not happening for you, EPFO will provide you a forum in which you can contribute to the public, okay, you can also contribute to the public. So that is why I am saying this organization it is very difficult for this organization to be privatized by the government of India, because if an organization gets 1000 crore per day, no government will privatize it, okay. If an organization gets 1000 crore per day, no government will privatize it. So leave about all these thoughts. Some people will be saying, your friends also will be saying, hey, it is EPFO, it is like a bank, what if like bank gets privatized, EPFO also will be getting privatized in one or in another 5 years, okay. It is not as such, EPFO can never be privatized, okay, because only if an organization is making a losses, government will think of privatizing it. EPFO is not making losses, EPFO is not a profit making body also, EPFO caters to the needs of the society, okay. It is not a profit making body, it is a societal body where it caters to the benefit of the society. So it will be difficult for the government to privatize it, and also government is not investing anything in EPFO, it is the companies, private companies, they are contributing it, okay. And EPFO has huge corpus, it is a big white elephant in financial terms. If you say it is a big white elephant, EPFO, it can never be privatized, and it is very difficult for this organization to be privatized, okay. So if you get the job, the next 30 years or 25 years of your life will be safe, okay. Then this slide I will discuss it later, okay. This slide we will discuss because we are running out of time. Next, you have to know just a small thing. I would just say that what is social assistance, what is, just we will have some small PPT. You have to know what is social assistance, what is social insurance, what is social security, okay. Slide run பண்ண முடியாதாப்பா? If I press next, it will show, na? Okay, so this is social assistance, social insurance and social security. What is social assistance, what is social insurance and what is social security, okay. So what is social assistance? First of all, what is social assistance? See, social assistance is the meaning that non-contributory welfare measures where the state provides aid to the individuals in need, okay. Basis is it is funded from general taxation, no contribution is required from the beneficiaries. It has, social assistance has constitutional backing also. This article you just note it down, these 3 articles are important if you prepare for EPFO. Article 41, the state will support right to work, right to education, right to public assistance in case of unemployment, old age, sickness, disablement, okay. See, I had this disablement, na? This disablement, we had some unique case very recently we had in our office, which I would like to share with you, which will be very interesting. You know BD workers, they will roll BD, na? Okay, they will roll BD. So as I said, EPFO is having a pension scheme, okay, EPFO is having a pension scheme, I said. So right to public assistance during disablement. So that is right to work, education, public assistance in case of unemployment, old age, sickness and disablement. Okay. The BD worker is activity, is main purpose of activities is during by his hands and fingers only. Okay. Because of some accident his fingers got cut. Will you consider him as disabled or will you not consider him as disabled? Now the question comes to us, because his hand is there, he is having hand, his legs are fine, everything is fine, he can able to walk, he can able to have food, okay, but 4 fingers are cut, the full fingers have become half, okay, right, but his primary duty is rolling the BD, for which you should have fingers, right. So based upon that also there are people in EPFO who have sanctioned a disablement pension for them. Okay, he never attained 58 years of age, right, he never attained 58 years of age, he was still working, but because of his hand got cut, we gave disablement pension for them. So there are unique cases. So that is why it is important for the state to give right to work, right to education, right to public assistance. This is where EPFO caters. Right to public assistance in case of unemployment, okay, old age we are giving pension, sickness we are giving some advance, disablement we are giving pension also for disablement, okay. Thus article 42 is providing just and humane condition for work and maternity relief, that is also there. Article 47, duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and public health. Examples, so what is social assistance? Now what is social assistance? There is no contribution from the individual, okay, we are not making any contribution. An individual as a citizen is not making any contribution, citizen is not going to make any contribution, the state itself will help the citizen, that is what social assistance, the state itself will help the citizen. How the state will help? What is the source? Taxation is the source, the state will get fund from the taxation, through the taxation the state will frame some schemes which will benefit the citizens. Here the citizen is not going to contribute anything, citizen is not going to contribute 5 rupees or 10 rupees like what you are saving in your bank account, na? You are saving senior citizen scheme, everything you are saving it, and if you are a senior citizen, state will give you 7 to 8% interest, okay. So it is not like that, it is through general taxation, the citizen will not contribute anything, that is why it is called as non-contributory welfare measure. Okay, this will be useful for your interview. What is social assistance? What is social insurance? Okay, they will ask. Social assistance is you will not make any contribution, but the state will provide help for the citizens at times of emergency. That is Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme. If a lady or if a gents, that is if a man or woman attained some 60 years of age, without any contribution, the state the central government is paying some 500 rupees per month, for which nobody has no man or no woman has contributed. It is contribution, the contribution is coming out of the own funds of the government, no individual contribution. Emenriga, okay, this is also another social assistance. Why? Because article 41, public assistance in case of unemployment, okay. Why Emenriga? In village there will be so many unemployment, so in order to cater to the workers, government has framed unemployment scheme which is Emenriga, okay. You are giving, government is giving 100 days work for which they will get benefit, so that is Emenriga. You are not contributing anything, state is giving you the work, through Emenriga state is giving you the work, for which the work you have done, the state will give you 300 rupees per day or 400 rupees per day whatsoever, depending upon the market rates, okay. That is Emenriga, right to public assistance in case of unemployment. You can go to Emenriga scheme, you can register yourself and you can work in Emenriga scheme. Next is Ayushman Bharat. Ayushman Bharat today I think so 5 lakhs or what is the amount, 5 lakhs per family, for which nothing. But why it is called non-contributory? Why Ayushman Bharat is called non-contributory? If you go for example, I have I myself for my own health, I have Star Health Insurance Life, okay. I have applied for Star Health. Every month I have to pay 1000 rupees. Every month if I pay 1000 rupees for my insurance, every year I will pay 12,000 rupees. Out of this 12,000 rupees, I can be, if anything is happening for me health wise, I can go to any private hospital or any hospital for the purpose, I will be covered up to 20 lakhs. Okay. So here I am making some contribution, right? Here I am making some contribution every month, 1000 rupees I am making some contribution. But in this Ayushman Bharat, you will not be making any contribution. The poor people will not be making any contribution to the government. Government itself will give the card. Based on that card, the poor family will be having Ayushman Bharat health insurance facility of up to 5 lakhs per year. That is what it is called as social assistance. Social assistance will come from the government without the contribution from the citizen. Government itself will help the citizen without citizen making any contribution. Okay. It is funded from general taxation, right? So if you have this poor people, they will not be paying taxes. Poor people will not be paying taxes. They will not contribute anything for the revenue of the government. But government will contribute for them, contribute for the benefit of by giving Manrega, old age pension and Ayushman Bharat. This is what is called as social assistance. So the basic principal thing is non-contribution from the citizen. State itself will do the help. Next is go matanga. Which? Yeah, it's going. No, it is social security, social insurance. So we have seen social assistance. Social assistance is without any contribution from the citizen, the government is helping. And social insurance is, it is a contribution from the citizens, that is workers for the purpose. Insurance, a worker will contribute for the government. Okay, that is, see, a contributory system where the workers or the employers, sometimes government, pay into a fund, that is EPFO. Okay, workers also pay a fund, employers also pay a fund, that is EPFO, and benefits are drawn in times of need. Benefits are drawn when you are having a need or when you are having emergency, you will get benefits. That is what social insurance. So insurance, the main purpose of insurance is you will pay something for which you will get the benefit. For assistance is you will not do anything, you will get the help from the state. Okay. So questions may be asked. They may frame that like EPFO or ESI, okay, certain organizations they may frame and they will put Manrega, they will put Indira Gandhi old age pension scheme. Then out of the above, which are the social assistance scheme? So if they put, you have to know the basis of social assistance and social insurance. Okay. So Manrega, Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension, Ayushman Bharat are social assistance because no contribution is made from the individual. But EPFO is social insurance because contribution is made from the individual every month from his salary. Okay. So this is one. So see, a very good example of social insurance is employee state insurance employee ESI, which caters to the medical and cash benefits. It gives some cash benefit also, ESI organization. And EPFO, we have discussed a lot about EPFO, it gives the retirement benefit. Okay. So this is what social insurance. You make some contribution for which you are getting benefits from the government. In assistance, you are not making any contribution, but government will help you. Okay. Social security is an umbrella concept. Okay. Social security is a club of both social assistance and social insurance. See, social security is, it includes both social assistance and social insurance to provide economic security and welfare to all citizens against life contingencies. So now similarly, I go back to the case where I told a person A at the age of 25 years, he died due to accident or natural death. Okay. So now if the person is not having social security, for the purpose, let us say if the person is not having social security, what will happen? If the company XYZ is not enrolling him into the EPFO, okay, he is not having any social security, he died, his wife will not be getting any benefit from the government, right? and I have told that the daughters will be getting 750 rupees per month, 2 daughters up to their 25 years of age. The daughters will not be getting anything. And the EDLI scheme, na, that is giving some 7 lakhs insurance. If a person gets death, it will give some 7 lakhs insurance, which will be very beneficial for the family. Okay, if the daughters are like, if the daughters are at 5 years of age or 6 years of age, they can invest that 7 lakhs into any bank account and they can get FD also. EPFO will be giving 4,000 pension, widow pension 2,500, children pension 750, 4,000. If they invest that 7 lakhs in any bank fixed deposit, that fixed deposit will fetch them another 4,500. Okay, so some 8,500 and the provident fund which is having some balance. These funds together will save the family, that if the person died suddenly, the family will be getting cumulatively at least near 8,000 to 9,000, which will be helpful for the studies of the girl children, especially for that purpose. If they are not covered, if that particular person who has died is not covered in EPFO, now what will happen? Here it is like social security is an umbrella concept. We are speaking about economic security and welfare of all citizens against life contingencies. You know what will happen if an organization like EPFO is not giving the benefits to that family? If the person sole breadwinner dies, the children, okay, the children will enter into the child labor, right? The children will enter into the child labor. Their education will be questioned, their education will be vulnerable, okay. The children may enter child labor. So, in order to create economic security, who never knows, both of the children of that person A will be like a toppers. They would have become like economic experts, or they would have become like scientists or something. So, India will lose one scientist. The child will be entering into the child labor. So, that is why social security, if social security is provided to each and every worker in India, okay, it will be beneficial for the economic security of the country and also welfare for all citizens against the life contingencies. Okay. So, social security is umbrella concept which will have both contributory and non-contributory measures. Okay. So, this is what the thing, NPS, PDS, everything we will discuss, NPS, PDS and all, everything we will discuss later. Okay. So, social assistance, social insurance, social security. Social security is umbrella which covers all. Okay. I want to show you EPFO's emblem also, which will be very inspiring for you people. EPFO emblem. தம்பி கொஞ்சம் வாயேன், கூகுள் போ. Family is an important part of every nation. Okay, family is the primary unit of every society. I forgot to take this EPFO emblem. See, this is the emblem of EPFO. The photo varada taniya. See, this is the emblem of EPFO, in which you can see there is an umbrella. Okay, this is an umbrella. Umbrella, this is a family, husband, wife, child, and behind us industries. So, we are providing an umbrella to this family and also to the industry also. Okay. So, this is the concept of EPFO, right. In terms of social security, we are saving the family, each and every family, against the uncertainties. Okay. Now, back eppadi poradhu idana. Next file open pannom adana. Okay, now then we will just labor laws. I will discuss about labor laws in next class. Then today I just want, in another 15 minutes, I just want you people to write down what are all the themes with respect to current affairs. See, please write down the themes of current affairs. These are all the questions which were asked by, like, recently in UPSC many examinations. So if you understand this theme and upcoming UPSC 2026 also, it will be beneficial for you. So these types of things, which one of the following statement about reju pave, okay, these types of things, like some organization, you have to focus about the joint venture or some what is DRDO doing. I am not going to discuss it, okay, I am just, we will post it, these questions in Telegram, okay. So if there is something that is being done by the ministries or DRDO, that will be becoming the question. Next question is CBOT. This is also another science and technology based question, current development, okay. Then gas turbine research establishment of DRDO, okay. So DRDO, ISRO are all the most important themes of UPSC. If DRDO is doing something very recently, 6 months before, that will be the question in current affairs, okay. And Nobel Prize. Of late UPSC is interested in America. Please note down that, you please note down as in your notes that which American presidents have got Nobel Prize, and our Honorable Donald Trump is also expecting to get Nobel Prize very soon, okay. That is why he is doing so many things in Twitter and all. He has saved India-Pakistan war also, okay. So that is why UPSC is also interested to ask these types of questions. See, who among the following presidents or vice presidents of the United Nations of America was awarded Nobel Prize for work to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts to advance democracies. And so you just write based on these questions, you just note down, this is a theme, an important theme which you should not miss in the examination, okay. You just see what are all the important leaders who have got Nobel Prize, Nobel Peace Prize, okay. And even our Prime Minister also aspiring to get Nobel Prize, okay. So everybody will be aspiring to get Nobel Prize. So like, if there is any person from Germany, any political leader from Germany got Nobel Prize, note it down in your current affairs notes. And with respect to how many US presidents have got Nobel Prize, okay, note it down, okay. So I think definitely in that aspect, I think very soon our Donald Trump also may get Nobel Prize. So this is also some of the report of RBI, Niti Aayog, okay, that also will become important for the current affairs, reports of RBI and Niti Aayog, right. Then this is one unique question I was solving with one of my roommate, okay, International Space Station. Previously UPSC asked the International Space Station comprises of how many countries, okay, like you will write the countries, everything. But now the question has evolved that International Space Station is moving at how many kilometer per hour, okay. See, astronauts stationed at ISS witness a sunrise or sunset approximately every 45 minutes. So you have to read everything about International Space Station, okay. Not only that International Space Station is established by these many countries, it is not that. You have to read fully about International Space Station, how, at what, approximately at what speed it is moving, okay. It revolves around the complete earth orbit every 90 minutes. So these types of questions I am expecting in EPFO, okay. So next, see again Nobel Prize in Literature for the year 2024. So Nobel Prizes of 2024 will be an important question in EPFO, okay. Nobel Prize of 2025 will be announced only in October or something, I think so. So follow that Nobel Prize of 2025 also, but 2024 you please note down. So there are some in this, so this is, don't restrict yourself, your preparation with respect to Nobel Prize in Literature, only Nobel Prize. There are some important literature prizes like Man Booker Prize, okay. So concentrate on that also, that may be a question. Then yes, this topic is also becoming important, defense exercise of India with respect to another countries. You have to be very thorough. One question will definitely come, defense exercise of India with respect to another countries, and focus on India ASEAN summit also, ASEAN is also becoming important. Asian countries focus on that also. Okay. Next, see, of late because of Gugesh and Pragyananda, chess is becoming important topic for UPSC. So focus everything on chess. Okay, everything. So UPSC may ask question about chess. How many chess grandmasters are there in India? Maybe numerically they can ask. Okay, how many grandmasters? How many male and female in that? Okay, so just when you are having a sip of tea, you just research this and all. Okay, don't make it the current affairs preparation as like these preparation as main thing. You just when you are having cup of tea or when you are discussing with friends, you just discuss how many male grandmasters are there in India, how many female grandmasters. If any female grandmaster, if any female candidate has become grandmaster very recently, she may be posted as a question. Okay, so this is like which country hosted 45th edition of chess Olympiad and T20 World Cup. See, T20 World Cup. Okay, and categories of Maharatna. These and all we will see. I will post these questions in Telegram. Okay, just in order to. So this is Vajra Prahar, Indian Army's Vajra Prahar, and again the bilateral exercise of Indian Army, Vajra Prahar exercise. INS Tushil, again this is a defense question. This is with respect to environment, Conference of Parties, Convention on Biological Diversity, and see Agni, they are asking about Agni, and they are also asking about international days, International of Girl Child. So some days question, I am expecting one question about international days. It may be International Day of Girl Child, it may be International Day of anything. Okay, and you please note down about all the 5 Agnis, Agni 1 to Agni 5, and some of the missiles which is indigenously manufactured in India, missiles which is indigenously manufactured in India. Okay, so you just prepare for, is there any bilateral thing with respect to India, Israel in ballistic missiles, some Barak and BrahMos missiles, so everything is there, you just prepare for that. Then, and hydropower projects also becoming important nowadays, hydropower projects, because India is trying to become a renewable power. So hydropower projects, if there is any new hydropower projects on these rivers, Jhelum, Chenab, Sutlej, and also Godavari or something, Krishna, and this also becoming important, we will also post this as per the annual report of 2023 to 24 Ministry of Mines. Okay, which state is the major bauxite producing state? So major bauxite producing state, major major bauxite producing state, major copper producing states, major uranium producing states, all these states will be becoming important. These is then some any capability center or any important institution is opened up, so that will be becoming a question. So this is first global capability center in India, they have asked something. And NEP, write down National Education Policy of 2020 is also an important theme for current affairs, National Education Policy. Okay, teacher training program, Nishita, and again see Nobel Prize. Which one of the following, this is an important question, which one of the following UN agencies has received the Nobel Prize more than once? I think it is UNHCR. Okay, ILO has received, ILO also will be a question. When did, because your EPFO is a labor organization, they may ask ILO, when did International Labour Organization got Nobel Prize? Okay, it is 1969, I think so. Please note down that also. And see, this is also of late becoming a important theme of UPSC, like they will put some of the objective or vision of any United Nation organization, and they will ask, okay, see, since wars begin in the minds of men, it is the minds of men that the defense of peace must be constructed. This observation can be found in the constitution of which one of the following organization. Okay, so they may ask like this. So you just go and search the, I am just saying, you just, when you are free during afternoon time, you just go and search the vision, mission of this objective of these organizations. Okay, so this is again, see, Ministry of Defence, Government of India has declared year of reforms. It is more important. So definitely these types of questions may be asked in EPFO. Ministry of Defence is becoming more important because we have declared this 2025 as year of reforms. We are making so many reforms. Okay. And see, awards, sport awards, Major Dhyanchand's Khel Ratna Award in 2024. Okay. Bald eagle has been officially declared as a national bird of which country? Surya Kiran, again bilateral exercise of India with respect to other countries. ISRO, please be thorough of very recent missions. Don't go for all PSLVs, C1 to C60, just go for last 10 missions. Okay, just go for last 10 missions and memorize it, so that you will be able to solve these types of these types of questions, like, okay. So which is not correct, they are given 4 options and missions. So PSLV C60 SpaceX, we have to mark it which is wrong. So just go for last 10 launches of PSLVs and you just connect with respect to the missions which was. Okay. Then this is like with respect to UNESCO intangible heritage. Very recently Assam Moidam, the bound burial was in news. So they have asked that. And see, G20, which country will be the host of 2025-26, you also see that. G20, G7, these can be asked. See, UPSC is again interested in presidential election of US. Okay, they are interested in asking which US president got Nobel Prize, and they are also interested in asking which about the presidential election. Of late, very recently in India, vice president election was there. So please concentrate on that vice president election also. There may be questions, they may frame some chronological order of vice presidents and they may ask you arrange it chronologically. Okay, so focus on vice president election, vice president article. Okay, so focus on those things. So this is again, see, Nobel Peace Prize. So I have just taken 2 question papers of the very recently conducted by UPSC, especially current affairs. See, we have seen almost 4 Nobel Prizes questions. So focus on Nobel Prize. Okay. Who among the following has been selected for Nobel Peace Prize in 2024? East Asia Summit. This question. See, this question, Coco World Cup was first time happened in India. Okay, in 2025. This is, I think this is not civil services mains, civil services prelims paper. This question paper was set before the, like, civil services 2025 prelims was scheduled on May 25th, and this question paper was some CISF or geoscientist exam question paper. Okay, this happened in March 2025 or April 2025. The same examiner had simply asked about Coco World Cup in this exam. UPSC prelims was 2 months after this exam. Okay, they have asked elaborately about Coco. You can see, okay, they have asked elaborately about Coco. So the same theme is getting repeated in some other question papers also. So you just see indigenously, if India is conducting any sport for the first time, that will definitely be the question, because Indian government is investing a lot in sports infrastructure. So sports also will be a question. Then IUCN, focus on IUCN also. IUCN very recently, if IUCN has awarded any people, that also will be the question. Okay, again, for these types of EPFO based exam, you concentrate on film awards also. Okay, film awards also will be the question. This is again bilateral exercise. This is again bilateral exercise. National Maritime Heritage Complex. This is like Lothal. This again it was in current affairs. Kaveri meets Ganga program. See, some portal. I always used to say, like I always used to focus on portal. This Bharat portal is with respect to CBI, and there are many portals like Pencil portal for child labor. So you just each and every ministry have portals. You just note down that also. Portals also will be becoming important. See, again the same question. Earlier we have seen which of the state is major producer of bauxite. Okay. Now see the same question in a different examination. They have asked as per the Ministry of Mines annual report, which is the major producer of copper. So focus on this annual report 2023 to 24. Okay. And identify those some important major minerals, and identify which are all the states are major exporters or producers. So some 5 important major minerals. Here they have asked about copper and bauxite. They will not ask copper and bauxite, but they will definitely ask about aluminium, they will definitely ask about mica, they will ask about uranium. Okay. So you take this annual report 23 to 24 and prepare accordingly for other minerals, major producer states. Okay. So oil fields, because oil field is also is also an important resource. So focus on oil fields. So there are many oil fields in Gujarat. See, oil fields, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Assam, or some of the major regions where we are having oil fields. So in Gujarat some 5 oil fields are there, or in Assam some oil fields are there. Note down those important places. Okay. So this is some entrances: Gajadwar, Ashwadwar, Garudadwar, Makaradwar, Shardula Dwar, Hamsadwar. I think it is in New Delhi recently that parliament got opened, recent parliament. So in that parliament entrances, so these entrances are there. So then which dance form of India has been inscribed into UNESCO representative list? Please note down this intangible heritage. I think some 16 or 14 is there. Note down everything, and with year also when it is inscribed. Okay. So they may ask that question also. That's all. With respect to current affairs, these are all the themes. Okay. So defense question will definitely be bilateral exercise. A question will definitely come, bilateral exercise. Okay. And also about any initiative, any portal of any ministries, focus on that. Sports, any unique sports that is happening for the first time in India, focus on that. Awards, sports awards, Arjuna awards, major Dayanchand Khel Ratna award. Okay. Focus on that. Then regarding this schemes, we will have a separate social security schemes, governance schemes. Governance is also one chapter is there for you. Regarding schemes, we will definitely have that. And then remaining, these are all the themes, current affairs themes, which I would like to discuss with you. Okay. Then with respect to, if you want to take some notes with respect to general studies, okay, general studies I will tell you, just give me some 5 minutes, I will reach you back. In another 10 to 15 minutes, we will wind up this class. Okay, you just note down what you have to read for general English. General English, you just take the previous year question papers of the board. For general English, you just take you need not to read anything. For general English, you just take the previous year questions of NDA and CDS. You just go to the previous year question section of UPSC website, just write NDA, just select NDA, okay, CDS. Every year NDA exams will be conducted 2 times, CDS exam will be conducted 2 times. These 2 exams will be having general English as a portion. So you just focus for the last 3 to 5 years. Okay, if you are focusing for 3 years, let us say if you are focusing for 3 years, see 1 year you are having 2 questions, NDA and CDS, totally 4 questions. Okay, if you are focusing for 3 years, you will be solving some 12 question papers for general English. Okay, this is more than enough. Okay, if you have finished, then go for remaining previous 2 years question. So don't go beyond 5 years, restrict yourself with respect to 5 years. First complete a previous 3 years question, because in each every question you will be having some 50 questions, in each every question paper you will be having. So if I am going to take NDA 2024, if I am going to take NDA 2024, I will be having 2 papers, okay, that is 2 times the examination will be conducted in that year. So 50 questions in English for one paper, 50, totally 100 general English questions I will be getting in 1 year if I read NDA. Similarly for CDS, okay. So it will be like in one paper, okay. So totally I am reading 12 papers, in one paper I will get 50 questions. So this is alone more than enough for you for general English, because you will be, if you prepare for this 3 years question paper of NDA and CDS, you will be solving around 500 to 300 to 500 synonyms and antonyms, that will be more than enough for you, and idioms and phrases also. Then the syllabus, is you note down Indian culture heritage, okay. Indian culture heritage, again for Indian culture no need to read any book, okay. Indian culture you no need to read any book. There is one book, one important book is like one important book, 11th standard, okay, an introduction to art and culture, an introduction to art and culture of NCERT, part 1, okay, that is part 1. Some 120 pages are there. You don't memorize 120 pages, you just skim through those pages, okay. An introduction to art and science, an introduction to art and science. This is most important basic book for UPSC prelims also, for understanding the art and science syllabus. And 11th standard, an introduction to art and culture, part 1, okay. Then for history, heritage, for heritage there are themes and perspectives in history, okay, themes and perspectives, especially 12th standard themes and perspectives, 12th standard NCERT themes and perspectives. You please don't read this heritage, this themes and perspectives, you please don't read this, we will give you notes, okay. Themes and perspectives, 12th standard NCERT for heritage, that is they may ask anything in this heritage topic, they may ask about Indian rulers, they may ask about any art and architecture, anything. Themes and perspectives, there are 3 parts which we will post in the Telegram group, okay, concisely we will post. But if you are free, you just read it, the themes and perspectives. And with respect to next if you see the scheme of syllabus, there is another important topic called as freedom movements, okay. For freedom movements, first of all I would like to say that read spectrum, restrict yourself in the spectrum, especially from the start of INC, okay, start of INC, focus 1885, from the start of INC focus on that, okay. Then you focus up to Quit India movement in the read in the spectrum, okay. Then again for the freedom movements, see, socio-religious reform movements is more important for UPSC, socio-religious reform movements, socio-religious reform. In spectrum, I like to read in spectrum always. In spectrum there is a separate 2 to 3 chapters for this socio-religious reform movements, okay. Read that fully. In spectrum 2 to 3 chapters is there for socio-religious reform movements, read that fully, because any 1 or 2 questions will be coming, because there are women organization also, women leaders, okay, women socio-religious leaders like Savitriba Phule. I expect a question on Savitriba Phule, because UPSC of very recently in mains UPSC asked about Jyotiba Phule. So maybe Savitribai Phule may be the question in EPFO. So you read about this. So this 2 to 3 chapters in spectrum with respect to socio-religious reform movements, you should be like, you should not miss any word in that 2 to 3 chapters. Okay. Then there is 2 books called Our Past, previous NCRTs, not in the current NCRTs, Our Past 8th standard book, if I am correct, Our Past 1 and Our Past 2. This book will be having some 50 to 60 pages, this book will be having some 50 to 60 pages. You just skim through these books, like land revenue will be the most important topic of UPSC. Okay, every year one question will be coming from land revenue. Land revenue, land revenue, like permanent land revenue settlement, Rayatwari, Mahalwari. So all these things will be questioned. So this, and with respect to governance, no need, we will give you some handouts for governance. And Constitution of India, people who are out of this UPSC preparation, people who are very new, you first read 11th standard. Even for UPSC aspirants, freshers, I would like to say, don't go for directly reading Lakshmikant. Okay, don't go for directly reading Lakshmikant. Lakshmikant is just a notes. Okay, it's a notes, is a big notes. It is necessary, but in order to learn many things, okay, in order to learn many things, how a polity works, you read this book. It is an important book. My polity knowledge got opened up only when I read this book. Okay, this NCRT book, 11th standard, Indian Constitution at Work. Don't miss this book. Okay, Indian Constitution at Work. Please don't miss this book. I once again strongly suggest that for EPFO, no, even if you don't prepare for Lakshmikant, please thorough this book, Indian Constitution at Work. Especially the local body, the panchayat election chapters will be discussed efficiently in this book than the Lakshmikant. Okay, if you are coming from a rural background or if you are coming from other background, you will be initially feeling very difficult to understand the words of Lakshmikant. So if you read this book first, okay, Indian Constitution at Work, your polity knowledge will be automatically it will be very enriching. Okay, read this book, Indian Constitution at Work. Then for general science also, I am planning to have some planning to have some PDFs of previous year question, because general science and the computer science, some 10 to 15 questions we are expecting. So if we focus on the previous year questions itself, I think it will be better. Okay, so that we will do it. Or if you are having time, read Arihant basic computer science or general science, you read it. Then current affairs we have already discussed. So with this I will wind up this class, this orientation session. From next session, next Saturday onwards, we will be deeply focusing on the labor law, okay, which will fetch us 20 to 25 marks. And the Telegram group which we are going to start, okay, and the Telegram group which we are going to start, right, in that Telegram group we will post current affairs things also, okay, we will post some of the important current affairs topics, and we will post the previous year questions of general science and basic computer science. So by using that you will be able to solve the current affairs and science and things. And accountancy also we are planning to do something to do some help, we will see. Okay, so we will very soon we will start, in 1 or 2 days we will start the Telegram group, okay, so that you will be getting updates in that regarding the EPFO exam. And another thing, for current affairs, if I want to follow one important current affairs, because UPSC current affairs will be like vision or insights, it will be like 150 pages everything. If you people ask me which current affairs I can follow, which current affairs material I can follow, which will be very useful for you, net ponga. So there is one current affairs which I used to follow for EPFO is CAPF AC Mentas. Okay, so you just click CAPF AC Mentas, because it will be very concise rather than reading vision, So you just Google it, CAPF mentors. Okay, this is the CAPF mentors. You just take this one. In that, click current affairs. Click current affairs, click PDFs. Okay, click current affairs, click PDF. You will be getting this. This is the Saranj. Okay, July 2025. If you click view PDF, it will be somewhere between 80 to 100 pages only, but that too also it will be very concise. So you can just skim every pages and you can just read. Okay. So follow this from January onwards, January 2025 onwards. You can follow this. Open all. Okay, I will close this, but you just go to CAPF Mentors website and then you just select current affairs. In current affairs you just select PDFs and you can download these Saranj current affairs from, you can read. If you are okay, you can read from October also, but if you are like, if you don't have time, focus from January 2025 onwards, because examination is going to be conducted in November. So last 10 months is more than enough, last 10 or 11 months is more than enough. So thank you for all for attending this session. I wish I have done something so that it will be helpful for you for the preparation. Thank you.